I don't know if you guys saw on Netflix a couple days ago. They had this live event, right? It was a climber named Alex Honnold, who is he's the best climber in the world, and just in my opinion, he's the greatest athlete of all time. Now, what he ended up doing, if you didn't get to see it, it's still on Netflix. You can go pull it up. He climbed without any gear or any protection, just his hands in a little bag of chalk. He climbed a 1,700-foot skyscraper. And he did it with the camera crew following him all the way to the top. And his wife was there. And there was a whole commentary crew at the bottom of the building. And it took him a little over an hour to climb this building. The outside of this thing looked super slippery. It was windy as hell. And he did it. And he did it with flair, right? There was a part when he was nearing the top where he just decided to just hang with his legs wrapped around the building. And he just had his hands just flailing. And it was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Because to have the level of skill and confidence to do that live, right? Where anything can happen. But if you have any experience with Alex, you've seen his documentaries, and you know what he's known for, you're probably watching it thinking to yourself, yep, he can do it. And he probably will do it. And I became a fan of him a few years back when they put out that documentary called Free Solo. And in that documentary, Alex is in Yosemite National Park, and there's this rock face, right? And this thing's 3,000 feet high. And I don't want to give away too much because I recommend it. You should watch it. It's one of those things where your hands are literally sweating as you're watching this thing. And he wakes up in the middle of the night, just leaves, doesn't tell anybody, and just starts climbing this thing with no gear. And he completed it in 3 hours. He's a remarkable human. And I don't want to go into too much detail because I implore you to watch it. They did a CT scan of his brain. And what they found out was that the fear center in his brain doesn't operate the same as everyone else's. So yeah, wild stuff. Check it out on Netflix. I think it was just called Skyscraper Live or something like that. But yeah, he's climbing this thing. And there are people in this building that he's climbing, and every floor he climbs, there's people with their phones out, and he's stopping and smiling and taking pictures with them as he's climbing. Insane. And I say that he's the best athlete of all time because what he's doing is a sport. It's athletic. Climbing is a sport. But the stakes are so high for this man. They're so high. Because think about it. In terms of games, if you look at climbing as his game, right? His match, if you will. If he loses, that's it. No more Alex. So put that in perspective because this guy has never lost. So the Super Bowl's coming up, and we have two of the most boring teams in football. We have the Seahawks, and we have the Patriots. I don't think the NFL expected to have these two teams in their biggest game of the year. I am not excited. I probably will not watch because it's the Seahawks and the Patriots, bro. I can't even hate watch them because I don't care whether they win or lose, either one. How do I get hyped for this thing? You know what I'm excited about? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be very blunt here. I'm excited for the halftime show. Yeah. And I'm not a Big Bunny fan. Or what's his name? Bad Bunny? I called him Big Bunny. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I don't know shit about him. But what I do know, he's going to piss off a lot of people that voted for 47. He's going to piss off a lot of his supporters. 47 had put out a tweet or something saying how he's not in support of them. What the hell does them mean? It was in reference to the Super Bowl halftime show. What the hell does them mean? What are you even talking about? Listen, I told myself, I said, I'm gonna learn some of his songs. I know a little bit of Spanish. I'm gonna even try to sing along. I'm in full support of this because I know it's gonna anger that side, and I'm all for that. Also, Green Day, I think, is the opening act, you know how they do the opening musical number as the Super Bowl starts. And plus, bro, I try to be as honest as possible. I'm not the biggest fan of the NFL. I can't be. Not when social activism is a big part of my life. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it, we're pretty viral. I put a video out a couple months ago that highlighted race norming in the NFL as it pertains to the athletes, black athletes, trying to get insurance after, trying to get the medical help they need once they're done playing. And the NFL is on record saying that black players have lower cognitive ability. And then the NFL went on record and said, we admit no wrongdoing. They said, yeah, we said it. We ain't do nothing wrong. This is recent. This ain't that long ago. This was a handful of years ago that this happened. I think it was 2021. You can go back, watch the video. It's alarming. It'll make you upset if you're a decent human. So yeah, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not the biggest supporter of the NFL. I watch games here and there because sports is my job, obviously, but I'll never be in full support of the NFL. They have no moral high ground. None. They don't care about the players. They don't. Sorry. They hate women. We see it time and time again. I'm not going to go into detail. You understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, that's on you. Here's the thing, bro. It's all bad. You guys are seeing what's happening right now in our country. It's bad. You see what's happening in Minneapolis. You saw what just happened to the young man that was protecting the lady from those agents, doing his civic duty, doing what the Constitution allows us to do. He was recording. He was defending. And look at what they did to him. And I got to tell you guys, if you can't look at what that man did and what happened to him, and you can't say to yourself, man, things are really bad, and 47 is behind it, he's the reason for it, and that a lot of people in this country have deep-rooted hatred in their heart, and that needs to change, then this ain't the channel for you. You need to leave. There are people calling for a boycott of the Olympics and the World Cup. And I agree. I'm all for it. It shouldn't be here. This should not be the host country for either one of those things. Number one, it's not safe for international athletes. They'll get here, they'll get profiled. They might end up in a detention center. Then we have an international incident. Don't have it here. Boycott this shit. It shouldn't happen. We are a first world country operating as a third world country. Did y'all see Tyrese Haliburton spoke out on what happened? He put it very bluntly on Twitter. He said Alex Pretti was murdered. And he's right. And for Tyrese Haliburton, a guy with his level of cachet, to be so blunt and so brave and to say that at the risk of losing money, essentially, I got to respect the hell out of that man. I wasn't a fan before, but I am now. Brother, you got a fan for life. I'll tell you that much. Because I want you to look around. I want you to look at the people that you guys hold to the highest regard and ask yourself, are they using their platform for what it should be used for in this present moment in time? They probably aren't. I'm not going to name any names, but a lot of your favorite people are silent. You know who I'm talking about. The biggest names in sports. Silent as hell. And personally, I think that makes you a coward. Because think about it this way, right? I've gotten into this content space and it's changed my life. It's made it so I could work for myself, so I can pay my bills, so I can follow my passion and do something I really, truly care about. And yet, I'm not rich. I'm way better off than I was before. And talking about these things may risk a lot of that progress I've made. And here's the thing. I don't care. I'm going to risk it because I can't sit idly by and not say anything. Now, there are other athletes that spoke out, but the list is short. Breonna Stewart, when she was coming out during an unrivaled game, she was holding a sign that said abolish ICE. Isaiah Thomas, he's no longer in the league. I think he's playing in the G League. But he was very angry in his post. It was a long post. Go read it. It's on Twitter, I believe. But yeah, just you know, keep a mental tally of the people that the athletes that you love so much and the entertainers that you love so much who aren't speaking. Mark Ruffalo just lost his job with Disney because he's outspoken about all of the atrocities that are happening. Everybody looked at Kaepernick like he was crazy when he did what he did. They were like, how can you risk your money? What are you doing? They were trying to act like they didn't understand why he was doing it. And now we have our government executing legal gun owners. And I got to be honest with you, I don't really want to talk politics. But right now, I don't have a choice. And if you guys want to continue to sit comfortably on your couches and pretend like nothing is happening, then I can't rock with that, because this shit affects everybody. And if you think it can't happen in your backyard, you're wrong. It absolutely can. I don't think I'm going to do the thing where people ask for likes and subscribes, because when I hear that shit, it annoys the hell out of me. So I won't be doing that. If you're here, I appreciate it. And I'll leave it at that. As always, be nice to animals. We love animals here. All right, guys, take care.